BizDecoders.
But question for you, what do you think productivity is? Like how good it is when you're working from home and also like you going in person?
Um, 50-50. That is what I will say. As you said, sometimes when you're working, you really have to focus. That's a 100% dedicated to the task that you're working on. So productivity in that situation won't change. But the thing
Hmm.
is, if you unlike you have to clock in and clock out for a particular project,
Hmm.
um for for those tasks like freelancing, you only have to get the job done and then you'll get paid in a particular
Hmm.
time range. So that will make you lazy and then you won't be really focusing. And the productivity um on the worker side is low. But
Hmm.
I don't think there is any result impact on the result. Because you have to
Yeah.
give perfect things to, or like some things that acceptable. Um,
But there's also one more thing. If I go in person, it's if it's 9 to 5, it sticks with 9 to 5. But
yeah.
since I'm at home, it never is sticks to 9 to 5. It's always like I work extra hours. I sometimes log in a little earlier, or at times there are requirements which I need to fulfill at one particular time, and they are usually out of office hours. And
Mm-hmm.
since I'm at home and the work setting is at home, I sometimes log in work on a weekend too.
Yeah.
So that's, I would say, one of the drawbacks. Although I have nothing to complain, but still, that's one of the drawbacks I feel. Yeah.
And the best thing is like when you wake up earlier, you can clock in earlier.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the rest of the day is just, for example, you have to work for 8 hours. And then when you just clock in at 6 instead of 9 to 5, what's the calculation? You 9 5 and
Somewhere around two-ish,
6 2?
six
Yeah.
to two, right? Left
So
roughly.
you
Yeah.
will be finishing your work at 2.
Correct. Yeah.
So you will have rest of the afternoon and evening to enjoy your life.
Yeah. Or to be productive on something else.
Yeah, but
Depends.
the thing is for that day you will have to sleep earlier.
Yeah, that's true. Like the lifestyle changes so much in that kind of an environment. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel that I'm able to dedicate some time for myself and also like do things that I actually want to do. Otherwise, it like if I don't work on the things I like, I go crazy sometimes. Like it feels like it's too overwhelming. So it gives me a good break, at least for a solid half an hour or 1 hour. And the setting is pretty good. And the company benefits too, because they only pay me for the hours I work, which means they don't pay me for 160 hours. Rather, they pay me only for 80 or like 90 hours, whatever is the time that I dedicate for the exact same work that I do in person.
But the thing is you have to work slowly then.
Mm,
You
That's
can't you
not
can't
my
yeah, you can't
That's not my
like
work ethic, so I don't do it.
um you can't pass yourself in that point. You are not
Mm,
accepting that, right? Because for for someone who for ethical reason, you won't do that.
yeah, that's not my work ethics at all. So I try to go in the same pace as how I go in person. Like
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I try to dedicate it, and I realize that yes, I'm only using half the time. So I'm okay to finish the work early. I'm okay that I'm only getting like literally half the pay. It's fine for me. I'm able to manage that. But at the same time, I know that I'm using the rest of the hours for another project or another freelance job. Yes, it's tiresome to work multiple jobs because you need to keep so many things in your head.
Yeah.
When you work multiple jobs, it means that you're working for different fields as well, different industries. So
Yeah.
every industry has a different requirement. So
Uh,
yes, it is tiring.
even in the
Sometimes
same
you need to
industry.
remember.
Even in the same industry, but different company.
True, different. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What they
That's
need
it's
are
a lot of
different.
information. Yeah. One thing is you cannot most of the time you can't work in for uh the same kind of industry because it's a conflict of interest there,
Mm-hmm.
right? Especially when it comes to marketing, it's a conflict of interest there. You can't market for one company and then go back and market for their competitors too. That's
You
not gonna
can
work.
if you are the freelancer for the other one. but it's too
Ideally, that's
hard
not
because you
work
have to
ethics
save
there too.
something for the use of the other company. And you will be overwhelming of your in your head to create more different kind of concept or ideas two for the same thing to use in two different company.
Right. Yeah.
You are killing
So
yourself.
ideally, that's not ethical, and
No.
it won't be practical in a real world scenario
Yeah.
to, compete between your own advertising.
Mm,
So yeah, you are forced to work in different fields. But again, when you work in different fields, means that you got to retain that much of information in your head. So yes, it's tiring, but I somehow enjoy the work. I'm able to build a really good portfolio because it's like vast industry is there, and then I know I'm keeping myself busy.
mm,
And the best part is, even if at any point I have to let go of one of the companies, or I need to move out from one company to switch another, I always between the transition, I always have something steady. So it's not like I need to be worried about my income at that point. At least there's something which is obviously better than nothing, right? So yeah, that's one good thing that I feel too. Another thing is about telemedicine. So that's another industry where doctors could actually work from home too. And I think that's an exceptional in healthcare. I have seen psychologists and even psychiatrists,
mm-hmm,
they having online sessions as well, like for consultation or an entire session itself. I think
mm-hmm.
as technology improves, and they improvise every industry too. But yeah, that's on one side, like when it comes to healthcare.
Yeah.
Apart from clinicals, right, there are research departments, be it in pharmaceuticals or in proper medical setting. Like there are in job roles that you might think they could do it in like in a remote setting, but they have to come in person just because they are meeting patients for trials, or they have a lot of what do you call that, um, privacy related rules, because they are dealing with sensitive information of individuals, right? So because of these reasons, they are forced to come in person.
Yeah.
So in this kind of setting too, hybrid is more better because part of their job could be done at home,
Mm,
but part of their job requires you to come in person. It's like that.
yeah. That's true.
But uh, on the other hand, there are like IT jobs or even marketing for that matter. You don't really have to come in person. There's so much you could do remote. So yeah, it depends on the industry. I mean, we could go on and on about every industry over here, but yeah.
I'm so envy people who like in my generation is people start talking about IT. And when
Mm,
my college time, IT start being popular. And I'm
mm.
so envy of them that right now, all of them they are working from home. And then uh this has been for maybe 10, 15, or 20 years that they have been working from home, not because of COVID, but this is what they can do. And then they don't really have to sit in the office for completing their job. This is so much that I envy them, but I am not good at IT. I am not good at that kind of coding or programming. I can't do that. Even I try to learn that. I'm not the person for that. So I'm not for that. I can only pick something I can do, just like marketing, social media, that I can really work from home. But IT
Mm,
is
mm,
really earning and then
mm,
really relaxing. I don't know. Relaxing mean like they can be relaxed at home,
mm.
in the office, their home office. I don't say that they don't work hard. They should be focused. I definitely know that. But yeah. It's jealous, not envy.
I just want to wrap this conversation by saying one last thing is that, there's often a misinterpretation that people who work from home have a better lifestyle, and also like, they have the best life kind of thing. Like I've heard a lot of people say or like tell me saying that, hey, you're just working from home, so you don't know the pain that we take to go in person and stuff like that. They think that I while away my time here. And that's in case of most work from homes too. But uh I would say if I am I mean, I am working in a setting where everything is remote, but then I would partially agree with them because it depends on the type of work somebody chooses to. Like for example, in my case, I'm a contractor, right? And I get paid per project or like per hour. But so every minute I spend is important. But yes, I know a few people who are like full-time remote, and I know how their like, daily routine is. But not all work from home employees or individuals or contractors, right, have the best life too. Like we have our share of problems as well. Like I told you, one of the biggest issues is that 9 to 5 is not our thing. We sometimes are forced to clock in earlier or like work until late. And it's to a point, it's not that we want to willfully do that. It's like sometimes um, it happens, so I'm so busy at work that I like miss seeing the clock. And by the time I see the clock, instead of me clocking at 5:30, clocking out at 5:30, I see that it's already 6:15 and I still have a lot to finish. And
Hmm.
I don't mind sitting back and doing it. But if I were in an office setting, I'd be like, hey, you know what? My time's up. I need to go. And I would just close my screen then and there and walk out. And then not be bothered about it for the rest of my evening and
Yeah,
until I
that's
come
true.
back. It's like it's tomorrow's headache. Let's deal with it the
Yeah.
next day. It's kind of like that. So we have our share of problems too. And I think not many people emphasize on that. And everyone, I mean, most of the people, I can't say everyone, most of the people think that it's a really easy life and, you get what to do. And yes, there are pros and cons, just like how there are pros and cons for you to go in person to work.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's my perspective. And like, yeah, I would want to wrap with that last topic.
Okay. Um, because we do have time if we really working hybrid or working from home. Shall we talk about having a small business, a side business next time?
For sure, for sure. We could explore into opportunities of small businesses and also like the pros and cons about having a small business and also running a small business. Like, how hard or how easy is that? Like, we could discuss that next time.
Sure. So we'll see you around.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
Bye.
BizDecoders